Hello and welcome, everybody. We are back with our podcast. This is Ina and Heather with How is the Weather?
Da 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 da.
You're the one who does the song.
But
Honey, how are you?
I am good. Guess what?
Tell me.
The weather is warming up.
Right. So tell me everything about the weather, Heather, because this is How is the Weather podcast.
So let's start with that. Remember last time we spoke, we were on Clubhouse, so it was a little different. People may have missed the chat, but we were talking about snow and ice and the canal that's just outside my house. We were discussing how safe it was to be on the ice and how cold it had to be for the ice to be safe. So they have officially closed the canal for the season. That was it.
So you cannot go and ice skating anymore?
No, no more. And so that means that it's warmed up. And so summer is coming. That's the conclusion of that.
Ooh, there's a little dance.
There's always a dance. Are you familiar with Groundhog's Day?
What day?
Groundhog?
No idea.
Okay, so groundhog is like a little animal,
right?
A hog on the ground. So it's like a little fuzzy guy.
Okay.
Like a teddy bear size. And every February 2nd is Groundhog's Day. And so I guess the theory, the legend, is that if the groundhog comes out of his hole from hibernation and sees his shadow, then he will go and hide in his cave for another 6 weeks, and we get 6 more weeks of winter. The groundhog does not see his shadow. He is not scared, and he will come out, and that's when summer will be, or spring will start.
So have you seen this animal?
This groundhog? Well, there's a few different ones. There's Wyatt and Willie. Like, they have different names. They take pictures with the mayor. It's a whole thing. Right. So I think he did see his shadow. I mean, the thing is, it's based on if it's sunny that day where you are. So
is it sunny where you are?
Like on that day? I think it was cloudy that day. So anyways, I mean, it's just a superstition that has no fact, but we do make a big deal of it every year.
But it's interesting because it's culture. I mean, I've never heard about it, and I probably wouldn't if it wasn't you.
Yeah.
But like, we also have our superstitions and our legends, in Brazil regarding the forest. So it's nice to see, like, you guys also have this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we do relate to that and use little animals in our stuff.
Well, but that means summer is coming. And that means someone is getting very excited about it.
Happy.
And what about the weather forecast? Like, how many degrees do you have now?
Oh, today we are, let me double check, in real time. It's -3.
Right, not bad.
It's really not. After the winter, this is when people, as soon as it gets to 0, you'll see shorts.
What?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yes and no.
Right, explain yourself.
I mean, I'm not insane, but I will definitely throw on some flip-flops as soon as it's time.
Okay, but not 0. Like, it's really cold.
It doesn't feel it, though, especially if it's sunny. So
I get you because, I feel it, for example. A few days ago, it was around like below 20, let's say 18, 19, 17 or so. And I was telling my husband, like, wow, it feels really cold. I know it's not because it's almost like 20 degrees, but it felt cold because of the breeze. But because we have been having so many warm days, like over 20 or over 30, when it's below 20, we feel the breeze and we feel chilly. But then once it starts getting colder, then if it's 17, 18, 19, we feel like it's warm. So it's it's all about getting used to it. So I totally get you. I mean, maybe not totally, because I've never been in such an extreme. But in general, I feel like our bodies get used to it, you know. So I believe for you, if you were like -40, -30 or so, and then suddenly it's 0 or over 0, then yeah, of course you will not feel as much as if I were there, and feeling it all. So yeah, it does make sense.
The shock, yeah. And after you get used to it, you're climatized to the cold. We just need to climatize to the heat soon. It's a never-ending rotation of clothes and shoes.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't have to have that many layers anymore.
And that's always my goal. Less is more when it is easier.
Less layers. Yeah. Yeah, because I've seen, I think on your Instagram stories, you posted the amount of layers you did when you went ice skating.
Yeah.
And I mean, whoa, that was a lot.
It was a lot. Now, full disclosure, I didn't wear a jacket over that. That was all the stuff that I was going to wear.
Okay. And that means, like, did you need an extra layer?
No, it was fine because, again, like, I'm moving and skating's hard for me. So like I worked out enough for that to work. Because I realized, like, after I went skating, I hadn't done it in 20 years. So I was really bad.
Well, and what made you do it again after so long?
Well, just because I wanted to see my friends.
That makes a lot of sense, honey.
Right. One of the only reasons you can see people outside was skating. And so I said, okay, let me buy some very expensive pink skates to trick myself into wanting to do this.
They were gorgeous.
Right? I used them twice.
It's already good enough. They'll be good for next winter.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll be good forever.
Absolutely.
For me. So that's, now I've got my staple skates.
Yeah, you need a good one, like, for good.
Yeah. And then next year, I guess I'll get out earlier because I had to wait for my skates to be delivered this year.
Oh, really? Did you got it on Amazon, of course?
Can you believe I did not?
No, I cannot believe it.
I looked on Amazon and they didn't have any very good ones. And so I looked elsewhere and I stumbled upon colored skates and I was like, well, I'm sold there. And Amazon did not have colored skates. So these, I think, came from Denmark.
Really? Oh, they are lovely. And I'm sure if I wanted to get some ice skates, I would definitely not find, I mean, maybe I would find somewhere here, but it's not going to be easy to find. And it's going to be very, very expensive. And I would probably get it from Amazon. So I was, just thinking if I wanted to get some, maybe if I want to get some, I would probably come to you to get some advices, because maybe I wouldn't know how to buy it.
That's fair. And these ones I found because I wasn't going to be able to send them back. So I measured my foot to the millimeter. And then, yeah. And then I compared that to the sizes. And then I went up one size just in case.
But yeah, because you have to add layers like socks and stuff.
And in my case, I need an ankle brace for my Achilles.
An ankle brace. What is it?
So it's like a thicker piece of material to wear around your ankle and foot to add extra support, really.
You see, I know nothing about ice skating.
Oh, that's not ice skating. That's because of my Achilles injury. I should not be doing any exercise without ankle support.
Okay. I thought it was something, that you had to attach to it.
No. Just my own personal safety, like a wrist brace or anything. Because my body will fall apart as I am in my 30s.
Well, you're still good enough, honey. I know when we come to our 30s, we start thinking, oh my God, maybe, things are not the same, and they're not the same, but not that bad. Trust me. We still have some time to feel like things are falling apart.
Yeah. My dream is still to be a yoga granny, but we'll work on it.
Let's work on it, honey. Now, you don't, if you want to be a yoga granny, you have to start now.
I have a lot of things I need to start now.
Well, what is preventing you to do so?
Not in the yoga department. But I do.
Okay.
Oh, this is interesting. Stretching, thinking of yoga. That's the direction that I'm going in. Okay. I was talking to a friend last night, and we were talking about stretching as well. And I had heard some neat stuff about it, and he had added some things. And so our kind of conclusion, and like why stretching is so good for you, and also why you need to make noise when you're stretching. Do you remember that? When you and have an exhale, like there's a breath involved?
Right. Yes, I've heard about it, because you have to release, right?
So he was saying that it's twofold. So when you're sitting for a long time and you need a stretch, all of your muscles are, your joints are building up lactic acid. And so when that releases, it goes into your bloodstream and gives you energy. But also, according to my research, we also store energy in those places too, for happiness, sadness, hurt, whatever. We hold on to that energetic particles. I don't know how to say it, but the energy pieces are in there, the atoms, I guess. And so when you stretch, I think if you make a noise, then you're releasing whatever stored energy is there too.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I totally agree. I mean, I don't have any scientific, studies or proofs to say, yeah, that's right. But I've heard somewhere about this making noise, or not noise, but just really releasing, even when you are meditating, when you do deep breaths, and then when you release, doing this, it kind of help you to really relax your muscles. And well, if you're doing this when you're meditating or when you're stretching, you are releasing all those toxins as well.
Toxins, yes, that's a good word.
Yeah, I'm working on my vocabulary.
Oh, really?
No, but yeah, this is very important if you want to do proper relaxation. This morning, just before I was talking, I started talking to you. I was with my doctor. I told you, the amazing doctor. She's super duper, and she was checking my exams, and she said, "Honey, your cortisol levels here are just really not good." So I was like, yeah, I do feel a bit tired when I'm not supposed to be feeling tired. And we were going through that. And just because we were talking about toxins, I remember she was saying that sometimes, it's just like a holistic thing. One simple thing, one vitamin is not properly adjusted in your body, then the whole thing goes. I was going to swear, but that's how the horses. But yeah, in general, that's what happens. One thing is not adjusted, everything goes bad. So
it falls out of balance.
Yeah. And well, we've talked about this a couple of times, and it's always an issue for me because I'm trying to find this balance, and meditation is on my protocol. So she was saying that, meditation needs to be there in a certain periods, in certain times of my day. And she mentioned about she didn't mention you will release the toxins, but she mentioned this way of breathing maybe if I went deeper and on the subject with her, she would say, "Oh, you're going to release this and this toxin." We didn't go that deep, but in general, I understand that she was saying that this will help you, and this is all you have to know. Just do it, just follow it, and you have the results.
Yeah, trust.
So I've got some homework to do. But how are you on this homework? Are you stretching this way? I mean, how long have you been doing this? Are you really, serious on it, or just from time to time?
Well, I mean, I think I do a proper stretch out workout, with a teacher on the screen at least once a week.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely do my own personal stretching, like through my arms and back and neck and legs, just throughout the day. Well, I mean, you know me, if I have music on and a little bit of space, I will just put on a little impromptu dance stretch show.
That won't be difficult for you. Just will be more difficult to me.
Yeah, a little different. So I find that like stretching while dancing, I just sort of make up a move that stretches out whatever I want. And then that feels good for me.
I think you should have dancing on your schedule, your daily schedule.
I think I should too. But there's just so many blockages on the dance thing that we would need a whole other podcast to get through it. But I
found a point here.
My limiting beliefs about dancing.
Yes, it's because you've done it before, and it was something that you kind of enjoyed doing. So I don't know. I feel like as you're so creative, in so many ways, that if you have the creativity moving in your body, then I think it will be so important to you in different levels, but especially because you've done it before and it makes you happy. So why not keep doing it?
I know. Well, it's funny too. My therapist this week was telling me that I need to plan creative into the day. Like there needs to be something creative happening every day.
Yeah.
So he's like, if you're not painting for an hour, like you need to play an instrument. Like there has to be something there for your creativity, so you'll do other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's right.
You can't say anything like the opposite.
Yeah, he's right there.
Is it he or she?
It was a she, and she's gone on maternity leave, and so now I have a he. So he's
okay. He is right, but at the same time, we need an agenda. We need a planner to put everything into paper. The simpler things are the hardest. I don't know.
It's true, and I think that, like for me, if I have everything planned out for the day, awesome. And then if I sleep in 5 minutes too late, well, the day is shot. Can't do any of those things now.
Absolutely. One of the things that I have to fix now is my sleep, because I was going really well with it. I was really having my proper, night routine and morning routine, like rituals. And when I was doing it properly, I could see the effects. But now, I don't know. I have the feeling like every time I have a lounge, it messes up everything, and I have to go back to scratch. So here I am trying to go back to scratch again.
Yeah.
We're giving up, but sleep is always the main point, because I know if I fix sleep, I fix everything: my concentration, my creativity, my productivity, my performance in general. Mm-hmm. So I know already. If my sleep is fucked, then
then my life is fucked.
That's how it's been working. So yeah.
But I think that's like the root of everything, is that you need to sleep, you need your rest, you need to give your body that fast so that it can do whatever it needs to do to reset you for the day.
Yeah.
And then the meditation is, bringing yourself back to center so you don't get too excited to do other things. Because I know a high cortisol is like, basically it's just stress. Mm-hmm. And the only way to lower it is by having less stress.
Sounds easy.
So can you just do that quickly? Maybe this weekend?
I wish. Yeah, but my doctor, she was saying that there are more things to lower their cortisol. I'm gonna have some new supplements. She's gonna even give me oxytocin. Isn't it cool?
Really? You can get that in a pill?
Huh?
You can get that in a pill now?
I don't know. How am I gonna get? She just said, I'm gonna give you some oxytocin. I was like, sounds interesting. I wanna have it. Yeah, and also she can also give me injections with, how do I say that in English? Ozone? How do I say that ozone in English? Let's find out.
Cortisol.
Ozone.
Those are my guesses.
Ozone.
Cortisone?
Ozone.
Ozone.
That's what Google is saying. Ozone.
Like the ozone layer of the earth?
Yeah.
How did they put that into a needle? Is that why? That's why there's holes in the ozone layer. People are taking it.
People have been taking it, so that's why we have holes.
Put it back. We need that to block out the sun.
I want some for me, for myself. Well, I don't know how it works. I've never taken it. I'm gonna, as soon as I have it, I will tell you the experience. But apparently, it's something quite revolutionary. It resets everything. So,
all right.
Yeah, really exciting. I mean, there are more vitamins that I need to take, but these two caught my attention because I was like, never took oxytocin. Everything I know about oxytocin is that you really feel it when you have like compassion, all those good gratitude feelings. Gratitude actually is dopamine. But oxytocin is basically when you have a baby and you have all that maternity feeling, like, as you are whole with the baby and
just loving
it, like, you're just really radiating love. And yeah, I'm gonna have it. Maybe a pill, maybe an injection, I don't know.
Someone just comes by and holds you like a baby for a few hours every night. Thank you, for cradled.
I'm really excited for this new protocol because the last one was maybe in August or September. And then I felt it for a while. I was even taking coil. Did I tell you that?
No.
I didn't tell you that.
No.
Coil. You know coil, the black thing to do fire, to make fire.
Oh, like coal. Okay.
Oh, coal. Yeah. Yeah. I was taking it to... Your reaction is the best.
I'm so excited about this. Coal is what Santa gives you when you're bad.
Well, it's to cleanse.
Okay. All right.
Because it absorbs, whatever is like metals, heavy metals you have in your body, it will absorb. So, yeah, crazy stuff. I'm trying whatever just to give me more energy because I have so many things to do. Whatever gives me energy, just give it to me because...
Did the coal work?
On. Say again?
Did it work?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It helped a lot because I could see the exams like from previous and now. So I can see the difference, but it's still some way to go to be...
Did you just eat it like an apple?
Oh, no. It was like powder and then water and then you dissolve it.
Oh, okay. And then just shoot it because it probably tastes awesome.
I can't even say what the taste is because it's just no taste.
Okay, that's better. Like no taste. Remember I was doing those gut shots with all the ginger and I was just like, like that had a taste. I couldn't.
By the way, you took it for a while.
I had 30 of them. There's still about 12 in the fridge. It was okay. Honestly, taking them was harder than I thought. And Yeah, well, it tasted really bad. And if I forgot, then I would try to take it with a meal, and like, ugh, that's bad too. So it fizzled out, I guess is what we should say.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't take for too long. You took 30, so it was a month.
Less than a month. I didn't finish.
Mm. But did you see the difference? Did you feel it?
No. But I have a lot going on. So, I mean, I don't know if one little juice will make a difference.
One or two juices, I mean, it wouldn't really make a difference. But maybe if you did it with a certain consistency, maybe you would feel it more. Maybe 1 month or maybe 30 would just not enough to see the difference.
Yeah. Well, I had the small juice bottles as well, and I did a 3-day cleanse of only juice.
Mm-hmm.
It was 10 juices each day for 3 days. And that was pretty easy for me.
Okay.
I just had to drink a whole bunch of juice. Now, I did it wrong because I was also supposed to drink equal amounts of water, and I did not do that.
Bad girl.
I was drinking so much juice all day.
Yeah, but then you had to help the cleansing. I mean, yeah.
I think that it was a good effort. A for effort, Heath. Maybe next time be a little more dedicated.
No taken.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was just kind of hard to stick to something for that many days too. So I was proud of myself for getting through it and not snacking on cheese.
Oh, cheese is a bad thing now. I cannot have cheese, and this is devastating.
No.
Mm-hmm. Devastating.
Drinking coal. That's worse than drinking coal.
I know. I was like, really? Can you check again these exams? I mean, I'm really a cheese lover. I can have cheese like in every single meal, but not allowed. Apparently, I am a lactose intolerant. Well, it took me 35 years to know that. So,
wow, can you have lactose-free food?
Possibly, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should check. She just said about milk. Just should be veggie milk, but lact-free, not sure. The only kind of cheese I'm allowed to have is the ones that are from Parmesan family, because it's a different way how the lactose works. So Parmesan and different kinds of Parmesan. The rest, like mozzarella, all that,
all the good stuff.
All the good stuff not allowed. Ugh. That's
okay. So here in Canada, I also have friends who are lactose intolerant, and there's 2 options for them. There's a lactose pill that you take before you eat the cheese, and that will make you not feel bad. And now they've started to make lactose-free milk cheese cream. And so they put that lactose thing just right in the product. And so it's supposed to make you not sick.
But you know what? I've seen a documentary saying that all humans are intolerant. Some are more, some are less. But we all shouldn't be having like cow milk.
Yes, that's true.
Because it's not just lactose. There is also another ingredient. Let me see if Google helps me. Casein.
Casein.
Okay.
Casein.
You don't know that? Addictive? No, I've never heard of that.
So you see this vocabulary, like even you, like you're not really familiar with that. So because in milk's got lactose, which is I think the fat of it, and casein is the protein of it. So sometimes it's not just the lactose, it's this protein, because it's really like a bigger protein to break. So if I'm a baby, I'm having my mom's milk. It's the amount or the size of the proteins is okay for me as a baby, but then we are like having cow's milk, so the protein is like massive, so our bodies will have to take a lot of energy to break those proteins. So it's like two different things that you have in the milk that could be bad for you. So yeah, just be aware when you're having something delicious and fat and
remember to ruin your day next time you enjoy something tasty. So did the documentary cover why we push milk so hard?
It probably did. I mean, it's been so long. It's on Netflix. I can send you the link.
Oh, well, I know.
Oh, have you watched it?
Well, it's also it's come out recently in like not history, but things have explained that the reason milk is so prevalent in our food hierarchy is because there were a lot of farmers that needed to sell milk. And so they worked and they kind of created the food pyramid. And then they said, well, we need milk. And so that's why they started to sell it in schools. They started getting kids hooked on milk. And then they go on about how it's healthy for you. It helps you grow. And that's slightly propaganda. It's marketing. Because we didn't know we didn't need it. And yes, cow's milk did help kids grow big and strong when there was no other options. If you only have a cow, yeah, sure, give your kids the milk. But now we're producing it at such huge rates that it's an industry because there are so many jobs involved and what have you that way, that the milk industry is just that. It's an industry.
Yeah.
And
when they were showing a couple of images on that documentary, I think I was for maybe a year without having anything with milk because it was disgusting. The images was just really disgusting. And
yeah, it's hard to watch.
Because the way how they take the milk, the machines, how they adapt, on the cow's teats.
Udders.
What is it?
Udders.
Udders.
UDDER. Udder.
UDDER.
TT?
What? These are the cow's teats?
Yeah, the four of them.
So how do you pronounce that?
Well, now I can't do it. I've said it too many times in a row.
Just an extra one.
Cow's udder.
Cow's udder. Oh, I never heard this word before. I love when I learn new words, because it's like where would I see it? Udder, cow's udder.
It doesn't come up in conversation as much.
No, people don't need to talk about it very often.
Maybe that's good. Maybe that's good you're not friends with people who are going on about cow's udders just on a Tuesday afternoon.
Well, anyway, so they were showing, all the images and then how they take the milk out, and it was so disgusting. I was like, I'm not having that again ever. But then, of course, I had it, but after a really good while. So yeah, it's everything about interest. I was seeing also how they, this marketing and propaganda in the early 20s or so, teaching people how the importance of toothpaste, because people didn't really have the habit and they had to create the habit. So they had like loads of propaganda behind it, so you could see the importance of it. And then, well, in general, people have the habit in the morning, in the evening, you will brush your teeth with a toothpaste. But can you imagine people not long ago, they didn't even have it, like access to it. That's just so disgusting. Oh, even can you imagine, like years ago, women, they were using that, how you say that,
floss?
Floss. No, it's like a how do I say that? Let's see if I can find a word. A fan.
Oh, fan. Okay.
Yeah, they were using like a fan, in front of their faces. So when they were talking, you couldn't really smell the bad breath.
Is that why?
Isn't it amazing?
That is so interesting.
I know.
Good idea.
We don't have toothpaste, so or even a brush.
They're just... And I find it so interesting, people of the past, because we forget when we watch movies how bad everyone smells when they don't bathe. And I mean, the other thing too is that people used to get married in the summer because they would have their like one bath a year. And they would want to get married when they were clean. And then you still carry flowers so that you smell nice when you arrive.
The flowers. This is why they were carrying the flowers like here, in our belly, because the flowers would, how to say, you would help, the smell, so you wouldn't smell that bad.
Yeah. So that just does me in.
Yeah, and we're doing this as a tradition, and we don't even ask why. We just feel like, oh, okay, everybody wears white. Everybody do the bouquet thing. Let's do it the same. But it's just like a tradition, and traditions, they come from somewhere. But we don't even question it.
Well, traditions are just peer pressure from dead people.
What a definition.
I know. It killed me when I saw it. I was like, yeah, it's pretty much why we're doing it.
Pressure from the dead. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's right. No one will care.
And here we are becoming deep again.
Took us about a half an hour.
See. Let's see if we have a few comments here. Well, Marcia said she's also trying to avoid milk. That's good, Marcia.
Join the team.
We have Lag Day in Brazil. Really? Lag Day.
Okay.
Did not know. Oh, Marta said you look very beautiful today.
Thanks, Marta.
And I agree with you. And I told you just before we started, shall we talk about makeup?
We can't talk about makeup.
Yeah, because Marta, I told Heather, as soon as we started this conversation, I was like, you look good. Oh my God. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, same makeup from yesterday. I was like, how do you do it? Because if I sleep with the makeup, like I would be like a panda,
A raccoon.
Yeah, like my eyes would be all black. It is at the moment, but it's not because of makeup. It's just allergy. It's just my face. Yeah. But tell me your tricks about makeup, because you had makeup yesterday and you did not take it out. Take out?
I just left it on. Yeah. Off
and you just left it on and just like fixed a few bits and bobs, and here she is, a princess. So tell us your makeup tricks.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a trick. Is more what I learned today is that whilst touching up my makeup from yesterday, it took the same amount of time, and I should have cleaned my face last night as to avoid getting things in my pores. So lesson learned, always just remove your makeup and then reapply it in the morning. That's the tip. Don't do what I do.
Don't copy me if you want to have makeup tips.
If you want to live.
Yeah, but seriously, I feel really bad. I feel my face when I don't remove it, But you didn't remove because you were just lazy, or because just laziness? Okay.
Lazy, yeah. Just fell asleep right on top of my blankets last night. And I woke up in the middle of the night all confused. The cats were hungry. Who knows,
But yeah, and also the linen, the pillowcase, it's all with makeup in the morning. So
black pillowcases, baby.
Black pillowcases. You are a queen.
Tricks of the
trade. Know everything.
And to be fair, my pillowcases are special for your face. So in that sense, you care. They're hypoallergenic and very soft, as to avoid wrinkles and such while you were sleeping.
I want it. Where did you get it? Amazon?
Yeah.
Send me the link.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously, I was watching a lady. She talks about how to be elegant. I think I told about her. Anna Bay, she's got her finishing school.
Yes. I need to
She's
do that.
Yeah,
I'm not-
yeah. Well, you especially because you're single, you've got good tricks there. Yeah. And she was saying that one of the things that she does to, like she's got one of the modules of her course is about beauty and, this kind of tips. And she was talking about pillowcases, and she only has silk pillowcases only because she said is good for your face. And I was like, maybe expensive, but maybe it's worth it.
It
An
is.
investment.
It is 100%. It's your face. Especially you use your face all day. And that because I think these ones, they're not crazy expensive. You can get very, very nice ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I may in the future. This is my second set because the first one's wore out, but
if you get a full set, is really expensive. Yeah, I mean, pillowcase is fine, but the whole set, I was trying to find some for my bedroom a while ago, and okay one will be around 300 reais. Like an okay.
Yeah.
But if I get one like with 1,000, how am I gonna say that?
Thread count. Thread count.
Mm-hmm. Oh, see, it wasn't bad. Thread count.
Yeah.
So if you want with 1,000 thread count and stuff, then it would be, you can find like 800, 1,000 reais just for a set.
Yeah.
So I can imagine now, like if it's a silk one, maybe it would be even more. I don't know. I have to check.
I check, but I think that you should get one because you do need a new sleep schedule and you're working on all of this. Treat yourself to a gorgeous bedding set. Wash it, put it on, shave your legs, and get right there.
Step by step.
Yeah. And if anyone has not shaved their legs and then gotten into a fresh set of sheets, I highly encourage it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just the best feeling of like, ooh, it's clean. My legs are all smooth. See you later.
Or invite someone.
Yeah, well, we're in quarantine. I can't do anything fun.
Honey, how does this work for singles?
Well,
it doesn't work.
I would call it a dry spell if I had to call it anything.
Dry spell?
Yeah. A spell of dryness.
I don't know what you mean.
I think a dry spell normally pertains to it not raining in farmers' fields, which for people dating just means there's no dating happening. Nothing's growing.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's a challenge. I mean, you cannot meet, or maybe friends of a friend. No? I
don't know. I mean, I've virtually met some people and you do a little bit of like a phone date. But I think at this point, like we're all kind of stuck in this pandemic. And so really, if you want to date somebody, I think you have to go and like get a COVID test before you can get in each other's bubbles. So,
yeah.
So
how about the vaccine? How is it in Canada? Are you guys taking it?
Yes, they are giving it out too. They did over 80s. So anyone that's 80 or above will get one, and their caretaker. And then they are doing hospital workers, long-term care homes, the front line. Then I assume rich people will get in there and get some vaccinations for themselves. And then they're going to go down the line to like 65-year-olds, and then they'll go 50. They're hoping to have everyone done by the end of September.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
It's promising. I don't think that it'll happen that fast.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, if it happens this year, that's fine.
Not bad. Yeah. Especially because the virus is mutating, as I've heard.
Yeah.
So even if we get this vaccine, what about the others, Anyways, just being a bit pessimist. But yeah, at least something is happening. At least we're not, going from scratch. Like there is something going on. So
yeah, and I think that like we did a class last night on COVID, so I'm fairly up to date on what's going on here. But public service in Canada is really trying to stay ahead of the variant, because they're just trying to keep everybody alive. That's the main goal. Like there's no denying that this is a disease that's affecting people. Like you had it. And so Canada's thing, as we went over last night, is that we're just trying to slow the curve. We know people are going to get it, but as long as people who can recover on their own don't go out looking for it, there's enough beds for people who are sick and older and need them.
Yeah, absolutely. The worst thing in all this is that people go to the hospital, and then if someone has an accident or something, they go there and they have no place to stay or to get look who is there. Oh.
He wants some attention.
So yeah, the point is, people getting overwhelmed in the hospitals, and then when someone that really needs for some different reason, then they don't have the attention they need.
Yeah.
So the main thing, like, okay guys, if we're all having, let's slow down this curve a little bit, and then if you can have any care at home, then please do, because there are different things happening, like people are having babies, or I don't know, driving accidents, whatever. It's happening as it always has. But at the same time we have something else happening. So yeah, I think that's the main thing. We're all gonna have it at some point. You can't really help it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I hide at home in my apartment a lot. But
me too. That's the point. I'm really stuck for a long time. But then once, I just go and see someone, do a meeting, and then I have it. It's so unfair.
Trying to have one day of fun.
Gosh, yeah. No way to escape, I guess.
So I see here, will there be a replay? Yes, there will, and we always forget to talk about it. This podcast will be available. Oh, there you go. Perfect. For your listening pleasure after this recording on YouTube, and available on all of your favorite streaming services at inamara.com/podcast.
So go there and find your favorite. What's your favorite, Heather? Do you consume podcasts? Do you consume audio? Not really.
You know what? I am getting into it more. I'm getting sick of TV, and I'm ready. Sorry, that cat put all kinds of fur on my face, and we're just going to have to deal with that slowly. I have been watching the Malam Bilek one. Yeah,
she's from Israel, right?
No, she's American.
Oh, but she's Jewish, I guess.
Yes, very Jewish.
Okay.
I'm very proud of it. And so she talks about mental health, and she talks to different actors about their mental health, and I think it's really good. I think it's interesting, and because she is a neuroscientist as well as an actress, yeah, she is.
I just know her from her TV series, from her sitcom. When I think I was telling you, when I was a teenager, I was watching Blossom. Did you see it?
I wasn't allowed to watch Blossom. So my mom thought that was too old for me.
But it was really innocent.
I didn't watch it.
So you were not allowed to watch Blossom. I wasn't allowed to watch the Japanese robots.
Okay.
The big ones, the fight.
Power Rangers?
Yeah, very similar. Not Power Rangers, but there was an older one, and my father was always saying it was from the devil, or even Harry Potter and all those. It's all from the devil. I wasn't allowed to watch it, but Blossom, come on, Blossom was okay. But anyways, this is where I found, I never know how to say her name, but I know who you're talking about. And she also did the Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
So this is where I've heard about her.
Yeah, and so in between those two shows, she went to university and got a doctorate or two, and learned a lot about. Well, the beginning of her podcast has a little song, and I think that's what it says. It's like, gonna break it down for you. She's got some sort of degree or two.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a kid.
When you say like that, it's like, come on, you're just very intelligent, but very humble, you know.
And I think she is quite humble. She's very down to earth, and that's why people.
I've seen some of her videos on YouTube talking about maternity and all the dilemmas it brings. And yeah, I did find her very, down to earth and really honest, because maternity is a subject. Like, everybody's going to talk about it in a different way. But I think it's coming up more, this real maternity thing, because I think before, women didn't really talk much about all the difficulties, all the loneliness and all the struggle. But more now, I can hear more people talking about it. And I was even talking to my mom and my aunties. I was like, ladies, I never heard you complaining. Like, why are all my friends complaining about maternity and I've never heard anyone complaining about maternity? Tell me. And in general, they all say like, oh, Ina, this generation is completely lost. You are so, how you call it? Not fussy.
Whiny.
Spoiled. You're also spoiled, and you have everything in your hands. But then I think once they feel comfortable, they do say one thing or two about the bad part. But in general, this is my theory about it. One generation before, let's say just my mom and aunties, they were all living more in a community. So they all had each other to help themselves. So my mom did not raise me alone, like completely by herself. Whenever she needed, she had a sister coming, to stay with me while she was doing something. Or if she needed to go somewhere, she left me with my grandma and her sisters. So I wasn't really by myself. And when my sister came, I was looking after her. So in general, we still had a little bit of the community feel, because also our grandparents, they were having more kids. I don't know how many aunties or uncles do you have? Not a lot?
No. I think my dad was one of 5 and my mom was one of 3.
Okay. Well, but still 5, it's a big number if you compare with what we have now.
They were
1 or 2. If you have 3, wow, we're lucky to have that, like, because it's expensive.
Yeah.
To give them good education and good everything, then you need, to be really rich to have 3 kids. But my grandma, she had 13 one side.
Whoa.
And the other side was 8. And it was normal. Everybody was having loads of kids. So it's more like a cultural thing. So yeah, they did feel the wounds of maternity, but I think it was softened by the community feel. The church, they were all going to church, so they were all having engagements, like things to do as a community, celebrating whatever in the church. And we're not having that. We're all stuck at home.
Isolating.
And then if you have a kid, then of course you're going to be questioning, things about raising a kid. So
because you don't know.
Different thing.
Yeah. And I think that also for our parents, and especially in your families, when everyone was having babies, that was just what everyone thought that's what they should be doing. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not a kid anymore. I should have some kids. And, you know, the church promotes it and everyone loves having a baby around. So I think you kind of just, you know, you go for it because that's culturally what everyone's doing.
Mhm.
And I think our generation has taken a quick step back and been like, wait a second, do I want a kid? Do I have the capabilities to take care of this child? Because also now, I mean, you can get away with a lot more when you had kids and no cameras. Now, if you do something bad as a mother and it's recorded on a camera, you know, you'll be named and shamed on the internet forever for being a bad parent.
Yeah. Cancelled straight away.
What's that?
To be cancelled. You know, that thing in the internet, people cancel you.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the stakes are a little bit higher to be parents now as well. But it's also more information where you have people explaining, like, this is what birth is like. This is what this is, and you can see it beforehand and make a more informed decision. I think I've learned more about, you know, giving birth from talking to people in the last few years than I ever would have known when I was.
Really? What do you mean? In what sense?
Oh, just, you know, the aches and the pains and how this hurts, and, you know, when you poop during delivery. What? Okay, good to know. Thanks.
To have. Yeah, but I think because I had lots of women in my family, like lots of aunties. Well, not loads, 6.
Quite a few.
Quite a few. We were talking about, you know, certain things about having kids and, you know, the labor and stuff. But the sadness part, you know, the blues and the loneliness, they didn't have. I mean, I'm bringing this topic because this is what I hear from my friends that just had babies. They all complain about the blues during the first few months, few weeks, and feeling very overwhelmed with sleep. But I think, so this is the theory. I think they're having this in general because we are not living in a community. Because if you're having bad sleep, then you have a community, then people will look after the kid. Or if you're feeling too sad, maybe if you have people to talk to you or to go, I don't know, knitting with you, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
You will lift you up.
Mm-hmm. I think you're so right. You're so right, because so many mothers get the postpartum depression.
Very common, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think that you're so right. If you have a baby and you have a few different people around all the time to help you with this and be over here, it'll be so much easier because you'll feel that love. Because I think a lot of mothers get the blues after they have a baby because they've been pregnant and everybody's been like, oh, yeah, the baby, and then all of a sudden you're at home with something that needs all of your attention and you're like, what have I done?
Can I give it back?
Yeah. So like, I'm so on board with the community thing. And it's interesting too. So my cousin's daughter has 2 babies now. So my aunt is a great grandmother, and then my cousin is a grandmother. Her daughter is a mother, and then there's 2 little babies. So there's 4 generations of that, like, part of the family. Mm-hmm. And you see that too, is just the grandmother and the great grandmother always in there, and they've always got the girls, and, you know, my little cousin just can do whatever she wants because there's enough support for her to go and have fun.
Yeah. So of course it's easier to live maternity like this.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big dilemma of newly mothers, you know, like the contemporary mothers, because we didn't have this dilemma before, and now we do. And how do we handle it? I don't know. I'm not a mother. So yeah, if anyone has any comments or any tips, like we are all here open to hear, because it's new, you know. Humanity has never been in such a situation before, so I don't know if we know how to deal with it. We'll see. You know, in few generations, if we are all messed up, then we'll know that we didn't know.
Whoops.
It will take a few generations, so you understand, the mess.
Mm-hmm. But I think we're also starting to come back to the realization that being able to create life is so special. It's important. And I think, like, in the States, women have 2 weeks off of work when they have a baby. Like, that's crazy. That's not enough time to nourish the new life you've brought in.
But this is interesting, Heather, because I was talking to a friend. She's also a entrepreneur. She's got a big company, online company, and she's pregnant now with her third child. And she's very energetic. She's like up and down. She does big projects, and I'm always like, I want to learn with her, how she does it, because I don't know how I would handle that much. She's got a big company, lots of staff to deal with, and her house, and now the third baby, and I'm like, oh, I have to learn. But she was telling me once something that got me interested in what she was saying, because she said, 6 months maternity leave, that's crap, because what do you do? The baby, when the baby is small, it just sleeps. So I don't know why all these women are crying so much, because at the beginning the baby is just sleeping, have nothing to do. She said she was feeling bad when she was in a maternity leave, because she had nothing to do and she wanted to be productive. So I think there are different kind of women. Some women feel this need to be there nourishing the baby and just being there for the baby, and some women, they feel like, okay, enough of this baby, life's happening, let's do something else. So it's
That's true too. Yeah. Well, and I think that the option should be, you can have all this time off, you don't need to take it. Bless you. And because some people do.
Mute.
What am I trying to say? I just think that also, and if people have C-sections, like if you've had major surgery in your lower abdomen, you're going to need at least 4 weeks to recover from simply that.
That's interesting. A good question. I didn't ask her how was it, because if you have a C-section, then it will take you longer to recover.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She just felt like 6 months or 4 months was just too much to be without work and be there just for the baby. So very personal. I don't know if I will feel like that. I think I want to separate things, Mm-hmm. For me, I don't know. I really don't know how I will handle it, because I don't know because maybe I won't even have the choice. Who knows? Like if something big is happening in your life, I mean, if you can choose, I want to be 3 months or 6 months or a year just with my baby, and yeah, good for you. You can choose, but mostly we just can't choose. We just have a life to handle, and that's it. Just get over it, and make your life happen. Yeah.
Well, that's what I feel bad now is for people who have kids and they work full time, and so they're used to doing like morning with their kid, and then everybody goes to work and school, and then they come home, and now they're trying to do like their entire professional job whilst watching over someone trying to do grade 2 math.
I don't know how I'm gonna handle this. I think this is one of my dilemmas, because I want to have a baby, but I don't know if I will be able to handle. So this is my own dilemma right now. So I'm always open for advices and tips. When I was talking to my doctor this morning, she said we are going to work on a super baby.
Oh,
isn't it interesting? Super baby. Yeah, she said she's going to give me some of the vitamins and stuff, but because we are trying to have a baby, then she was like, yeah, let's work on it properly. So some of the vitamins I'm going to take is also about helping the baby. She said the tubes in your neurons. So, if you have these vitamins, the supplements, your baby will have this structure more well prepared. So you can have more intelligent babies.
Well, that's cool.
I know.
Is there anything for Leo to take?
Possibly, yeah. He was just having his appointment right now. I haven't heard what she said, and I'll probably ask him. But yeah, he's probably also gonna have some supplements. But because I was asking her, I was like, yeah, I mean, I've done the detox, the cleanse, and now we're gonna have the vitamins, and I also wanna have babies. So can we start doing something about it? And she was like, yeah, she was so excited. Like, we're going to have this, and that. And we're going to have a super baby, very intelligent. And I was asking about, let's see. Google.
Is it twins? I think efficiently you should just have 2 super babies at once.
Folic acid. Have you heard about it?
Mm-hmm.
So folic acid is something that usually I hear my friends saying that they take before being pregnant, because apparently it helps in something. But then I was asking her, so what about the folic acid? And she was like, this is so antiquated,
Okay.
Let's have something more interesting. And then she did mention the name of the thing I'm gonna have that I don't remember now. But it's something more modern, so to speak. So.
Okay. That's how we make super babies, apparently.
Let's have super babies. Yeah. Well, as we were talking about maternity, I had to go back to vitamins. So.
Interesting. And I wonder, will she put like a timeline on it? Like if you take all of this for so long, like you will definitely conceive a super baby?
Well, I'm gonna work on it. So.
Okay. Super babies are coming.
Yes. Oh, Lorena said, to have a baby is more expensive. Yeah, nowadays it is very expensive, and I would love to have lots of babies, but I have to work and I have to make money. So I don't know if I'll have time for it, even to make the baby, and to have the money for it. Lorena says, today is more difficult to have a baby. I would advise against it. Well, this is her advice. So.
Mm-hmm. I think it's hard because eventually you're gonna have to buy them all phones. They're all gonna need laptops.
Exactly, like
expensive.
Apple needs to help us with that.
Apple needs an 18-year-old program.
Marcia says she likes when you start to laugh.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it's over an hour we are here. Today was really, really quick.
I know.
I don't know. It felt that was really fast.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. And also it's been a while since we had our conversation. So we have always so much to catch up. And we still have more. I mean, 1 hour is not enough. Never.
No.
So guys, if you want to listen to it again, or even the other episodes, you can go to inamara.com/podcast, so you can hear it while you're driving, while you are on your treadmill, while you're doing the dishes. There is always a good opportunity for you to practice your English, especially with a nice conversation like that. So we're there on our podcast, and we always keep our episodes here as well on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. Honey, any final considerations?
Trying to find where the like button should be. I think
possibly that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that everyone should have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Drink your water. And we love you.
We love you. See you on our next episode then, guys.
Mwah.
Take care, you all. Good weekend. Bye-bye.